hello everyone. Happy Friday. Hopefully you are tuning in and commenting, letting us know where you're joining us from. Excited. It looks like Brandy found us. There we go. Yep. So you see in the comments, Brandy?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. You guys get to scrap along with Brandy tonight. Brandy, say hi.
No, I found it on my iPad too.
There we go. Oh.
There you go. I'm testing it on my iPad too.
Oh, okay. Well, say hi, introduce yourself, let everyone know where you're from. I know you've done a lot of crop-ins, just in case anyone's joining you for this night that haven't joined you before.
Yes, I'm trying to share to my group, but I am a creative partner in Tennessee for, I forgot how many years now. My anniversary was February 10th. Janet and I were talking about it because hers is the day after.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
we've been on this journey together for a while, so it's good stuff. But I'm always look forward to Brandy. She's always fun to hang out with, and tonight she's going to be scrapbooking. She told me she's going to be scrapbooking old school. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
old pictures, old paper. How many of you guys can relate to having some paper that's old, probably had in your stash for a while? And the great thing about the Play to Create and using the designer templates really highlight and utilize the paper stash that you have. So I look forward to it. What paper brand are you using?
it is old Echo Park, one of their mini theme kits that they used to do. What
year is it from?
2015.
Oh yeah, so you probably had it for a while. And I always love whenever we're in, you're creating a sample using some paper that you've had for a while, and then people are always like, ooh, I have that same exact paper. And so we're motivated to go dig through our stash and be inspired to pull it out. So I'm sure you'll find many people have that same kit. I don't have that kit. It looks really bright and fun though.
Yeah, it's a beach one. They're like little mini ones. You got the sticker and then just 6 sheets of paper. It's a mini theme.
Awesome. All right, well, if you're up and going on the comments, and then I'm going to turn the time over to you. And I look forward to seeing what you do and your version of that sketch, that old sketch too, from years back. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Refurbish that, bring it back up, right? What's old is new and vice versa. So.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Brandy.
Well,
talk to you later.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, I see lots of hellos. Let me pull this back up. I accidentally.
Old pictures, old paper. How many?
There you go. That way I have it on my laptop and on my iPad. Hey guys, I see lots of. And the sound keeps coming back. There we go. Hey, from Michigan and New York and Illinois. As Susan said, I am using an old one that she has put the link in the comments. Originally tonight was supposed to be all about the new Kiwi Club kit, which was supposed to have arrived already, but as we all know, it was delayed in shipping. So we had to change what I was working on because I don't have a Kiwi Club to use yet. So I'm excited to get that from my email. I know mine shipped today, I think, so I will have it first of the week to play with. So we were looking at different things to use, and so this is an old one. It's a July layout sketch from way back in 2016. So we're going to call that old school, and then I'm using old paper and an old photo as well. But if you want this one, it's using printables. It says, enjoy the summer. It's always summer in my heart. And then it has a layout sketch at the top, and they had it as an old challenge. It says it was due back on July 24th, 2016. So let me make sure I'm not missing anything. There we go in the comments. So this was due way back then, but I'm going to use it now, and I'm only going to use the left hand side of the sketch. My grandmother made an old album for me. I actually have it here. Some of y'all can relate, old school. Some of you young ones won't realize. And you can see it was the old sticky pull up kind, and you can see where it's sticking to it. So I'm in the process. I've just started, and she just hand wrote on paper. I'm in the process of taking this stuff out and scrapbooking these pages. So you can see it's all starting to turn yellow and all the old photos from this old album. So so this is a picture of my cousin and I. He'd probably die if he knew this was on Facebook. But this picture is from August of 75. So I was a year and I don't know, almost a year and a half old. And so I have the writing that my grandmother wrote just on some notebook paper. She cut it out and put it in the album with it. And it says, "It seems Brent and Brandy like to go swimming in the nude." These pictures were made when they lived in Woodburn. So I have that writing to incorporate on there since that is my grandmother's handwriting. And then check out that old chair. I bet some of y'all remember the kitchen chairs and stuff that way. Those crazy patterns. And of course, too cute. There I am, fat. It held true to today. But two cute little kids in the little inflatable swimming pool. So you can see that crazy old chair. So what I'm going to do is use the left-hand side, like I said. This also, if you're looking at it, if you pulled it up, yeah. Let's see. You must have learned from TT. I'm not for sure. I must have missed something somewhere. Okay. Yes, Linda, it is cool to have her handwriting throughout. It's just, you know, on different ones I've done. What is it? The only one I've done, I think, so far is that one. I was using a different kit, but you can see her handwriting there and stuff. So this one is tonight. I plan to use Enjoy the Summer Life because this was summer still in August. Well, she had it developed in August. So who knows, it's June, July or something. It's warm enough that we're in a swimming pool naked. So we're there. I have pulled out, like Susan was asking, which kit. This is an old Echo Park back when they had mini themes and you got the sticker sheet and 6 sheets of paper instead of the whole big collection kit. And I've already used this for a layout. So you can see there's pieces missing and stickers missing. So I'm going to use up some of this paper. And that's from 2015. And then I was looking for like a red background to go with it. And I found this old We Are Memory Keepers paper from 2014 from Farmers Market from 2014. So like she said, I call it old school since the picture is old. Not as old as I'm sure some of the pictures you guys have, but it is still old. I am not used to scrapbooking old pictures. I only usually do current pictures. So yes, Patty, happy Friday. This is the best Friday. It's my Friday. I'm on spring break this next week. I teach high school for those of you that don't know. And I am officially on spring break. I have all my grades done. They're in what we used to call conduct grades. All of that was done. All my midterm exams are graded and put in. So I feel like partying. And I get to scrapbook with you guys. So what I'm going to do first is play to create. And I'm going based off this sketch. You can see 2 of them here. It does call for a mini border. And I know a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, I want the mini borders back. I want the mini borders back." Well, you can actually do one of a couple of things. Let me quiet my chat here. They keep talking, so I'm gonna turn them off for a little bit. Mute conversation. I'll do it for an hour for now. I don't want to mute them for 8 hours. Okay, so they're muted, so we won't hear them. But with the mini borders, I do have those, but I know a lot of you don't, so I didn't even pull mine out. I was going to show you can do lots of different things. So this calls for mini Madison Avenue. Well, you have regular Madison Avenue that you can use. So if I wanted to use Madison Avenue, I could use that. but we also have mini borders that you can use in its place. So I pulled out a bunch of things that I thought I'd use. So I have like a huge pile of templates here. But there are several of them. You can substitute any border. Some people feel they have to do it exactly the way it looks on here. For some reason, y'all are angled. I always get weird angles. I don't know what's up. We'll see if that fixes it any. It's hard to get it straight. So spring break, yes. The sketch is blurry. For the one that she posted, oh, no, y'all are worse. So the sketch she posted is blurry. Trying to scrapbook tonight, Cassandra says. Still teaching. We were full and forced teaching until December, and then we've been hybrid this 9 weeks. And when I come back from spring break, so week after next, we go back to full force, all the kids back. So that'll be interesting again to have everybody in a classroom instead of half of them at home. Anyway, you have many borders that you can use, so you can always substitute in anything. You don't have to have the exact one. So Mini Madison looks exactly like this one, except in an 8-inch form. You have this border you could use, which that one's Frolic 2A. You have Blissful that looks very similar. You could use that one. Or if you wanted almost, it is the exact same thing, just in a card form, is Wild Side 2A. And that's going to give you the same effect. It's just not an 8-inch one, but you could continue this out if you wanted to. You could flip it. You could do lots of different things. Yeah, Terry, a lot of people want them. So I'm just showing you a workaround for it. So you have all of these different options. So I'm not for sure which one I'm going to use first, because I'm going to play. Because as I've told you guys before that have joined me, I like to sit down and I don't overly plan it. I pulled out the last 45 minutes before it started. I started gathering all this. I hadn't picked paper. I knew I wanted to use this picture with that printable. And so I'm ready to start playing. Also, if you have not heard or seen in your email or a post on Facebook, the fun borders have been highlighted all week. They have been on sale if you're a Kiwi Club member. You have to be a Kiwi Club member. You won't regret it. I love Kiwi Club. But they are on sale through today. So today, I think the 12th is the last day. You get an additional 10% off of those. They're originally $17. And you can get them with your Kiwi Club discount and the additional 10%. You get them for $13.77. So Scallops is one of those fun borders. And so is Cascade Trails. I pulled it out since it has a point in it similar to this, so that if I wanted to add in something here, because you don't have to always do the sketches the way that they're shown, you can play and change them up. So if you don't have what it's shown, you can do some different things. I might end up using just partial ones of this. And I can always pull out my tiny borders with the scallops here to create that going across. So if I wanted to create like what is on there, you can see it has this, if I wanted to use the big one. And then it has Paradise, which is the big guy here. It has on there. And then it has Paradise 6 on top of it. And then this Enjoy the Summer Life land on top of that. So that would create this stack of things. But I got out other things that might go along, since I'm playing in a pool, not that we're splashing anywhere or anything. Who knows what we were doing. I pulled out the different splashes. That's also in Paradise. But you also have them in different sizes. You have it in accents, tiny accents that all kind of look like splashes. And you also have it in tiny seaside. So these two match up in obviously different sizes. And then these two accents and tiny accents, but they all still look like splashes of water, paint splotches, whatever you want to call them. But I also pulled out my tiny seaside, even though I'm not seaside, in case I wanted to layer this and have some layering, because we all have things we could do better at. And I always say, you know, Linda and Mary and some of the others that do lives do so well in layering. And that is one thing that I don't do as well in. So if I wanted to layer, I can use Seaside 7T, which is a smaller version of the Paradise 6. And I could layer those on there if I wanted to have some extra layers going here. So if I wanted to play with those, let's see, I have splashes. Oh, I also brought this out because if you don't want to use the circle, you could use this and cut it out. This would fit in there if you have Citrus 2, which is from a previous Kiwi Club kit. Or you could use a bracket or one of the other things on there, but Citrus 2 would fit over that if you wanted something cute and different. But you also have, turn that over, the rings, which if you have rings, I tend to use mine. You can see the edges are well loved here. Hey, Leslie. But you have rings, one that would fit over top of that, and that gives you the white border around it, like what you're seeing there. And then you can use the inside of rings 1 to actually cut out the little dots if you wanted those on there. So those are the things I had out. Oh, and then I've pulled out, in case I wanted to add it in, a fun border, since we're highlighting one this week. If I wanted to add that in, and then I pulled out the big one just because I saw it. Oh, and I pulled out a small flower since I was in Tiny Seaside. If you wanted to layer it even more, you could do that. And then you have the big sunflower. If I wanted to put that there, since the sketch calls for 2 photos. And oh, you see my lemon Kit Kat, yeah. This is if y'all haven't seen these, they're Easter candy. There they are. You can see lots of different candies sitting here, but these are absolutely phenomenal if you haven't seen those. So let's see. Leslie got me distracted. Oh, if I wanted to put the big guy here, because I only have 1 photo instead of 2 to help take up some of the space, I could put a nice big one in there, and then have it layered with all of the flowers underneath it. Now, of course, the Paradise, if I do that, I would have to cut it twice or have it somewhere different, because this one would cover it up all the way. But if I wanted to layer them, I could play around and do a bunch of different layers. You could have it hanging off the edge partially like this, or you can move it all over there. So, okay. I'll stick all these over to the side for now. And what do y'all think? I kind of like the big border instead of the mini. I'm just going to use this part of the big one. And I think I'm going to use some scallops. We'll have a mat up here with that picture. And I don't know. Big flower or no? If you're going to have a mat up here for this, what do y'all think? That big sunflowers from? This was from a previous Kiwi Club kit. If I'm not, yeah, a la carte sunflower. You like the big flower, Julie says. Do with another. Oh, I put it back over there. It's like, what did I do with that? The big one. Here's the little one. You could always add that in up here towards the top if we wanted to layer some cute things right there. And so that's how quick and easy. You like the big flower? Leslie says no big flower, too overwhelming. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But I like it, but I don't. It's kind of big compared to the picture, but the picture is going to have a bigger mat up here on it. So I think I'm going to cut the mat first, or actually look at the paper. All I did was pull this out. I hadn't even looked to see what paper is in here, because I've used some of it previously. Hey, Trisha. Okay, there's a sticker sheet. Lay it to the side for now. Have a nice yellow with the summer. Of course, it says beach and sand and tropical on it. You have a good polka dot with some cards. Here's a good stripe. This one's got that strip cut off of it. So I would have fun in the sun, but not the sun on there, but that's okay. Hey, Sharon, flower needs to be colored so you can be able to see it better. Yeah, all the flowers there are stacked on top of each other. That's just some green cardstock thrown in here. Catch the waves. Didn't I already have a polka dot? Yeah, there's 2 polka dots. Huh, okay. Summer beach party, no. Catch some waves. We could make a joke because I'm in the swimming pool. Catch some waves there. Summer favorites. I wouldn't have anything to list. Could use the hello summer. Okay. So for this one, I might be using some cardstock because I have yellow I can use. That's just the front cover, so it's no help. I have that one's yellow too. I got a full sheet of yellow and that. Those are the same. Yep. So I got 2 sheets of that one. I must have bought 2 kits and put them together. I have some little strips of scraps from the previous layout. If I wanted to do this, of course, this looks like beach because it's got that in there. But I have the stripe that I can use. The polka dots. So basically it. What am I making tonight, Denise? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to somebody else? I'm making this sketch with an old picture. So I'm thinking first, if I cut that big mat on the yellow, and have that there, and some of the smaller layers here, the big flower wouldn't be in yellow. If I do that mat in yellow, or I might pull in some cardstock here. Which I could pull in some blue. Let's see. What's everybody else working on tonight? Yeah, scrapping along with me. Let's see, I'm looking for cardstock that's going to match or close to that blue. Maybe, maybe not. Pretty close. Pinning up cardstock here. I got too much cardstock. I do not need any more cardstock. Last night, double mat the photo since it's so small. That's true. You're finishing up a book with a class last night, getting some inspiration. Well, hopefully I'll inspire you. I always like watching others, or at least listening while I'm doing things. So I'll lay out with Frolic and Tiny Egg Hunt. There you go. What do you think of the picture on the blue? If I double matted, I could put the yellow underneath it and still have a big yellow flower over here if I decide to do the big flower. 4-year-old section of scrapbook. Ah. Yes, Denise, I'm making scrapbook layout. It's too dark. Think so? Try it out that color there. It's maybe a hair darker. Let me see how it matches. Yeah, it's darker than this paper. Now you make me want to dig some more. Leslyn, everybody knows we joke around about how indecisive I am. Let's see. I don't think this one is dark enough. Well, maybe so. It's a hair difference. It's a hair on the other side. And then you have that. Yeah, I like it on the yellow, but if I do the yellow on top, then I'm not going to be able to do the big flower in yellow. That was the only thing I was trying to do. It looks better on yellow. Yeah, I know. Hey, Jane, glad you joined us. Yeah, I know. I like it on the yellow best. I just won't be able to do big flower. If I use the big flower, I won't be able to do it in that yellow or light green color. That's true. I could matte and green. It might blend too much then. But since there's green and that faded, of course, this is an old picture from 75. So the green is like a faded dull green. But there is green in the polka dots, right? Yeah, it's a lime green though. If I stuck with that, it would almost need to be a lime green color if it's going to match. So I don't think that on lime green would look good. Yellow washes out the picture. You like the lighter blue? I like the lighter blue. Makes sense. Okay. We're all over the board as usual. There's a teal. Wrong color teal though. Looking at my scraps now, ladies. I have the scraps sitting here beside me. And I could use the blue. Makes the swimming pool pop more. Okay, so this has a huge square up there. So if you look at, it's got 2 3x4 photos. So it's at least 6. If I had to guess, it's probably, I don't know, 7.5 or 8 inches wide, maybe. So maybe 7 inches. That's what I'll go with since I've only got one photo. So if I cut a 7-inch square, what I'm gonna go with, we shall see how it looks. There's not something off on the floor. You remember what happened on my last slide? I don't think it was a template. I was just double checking to make sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a template. Anyway, are you using a title card in place of the second photo? Maybe. I haven't decided yet, Trisha, if I'm going to use that title photo or because it's got this. So I don't know. I'm going to get the other part set up and then decide if I like that. But that was a thought I had. If you're thinking on the same one. Looking for spiders. I'm working on a page with an 8x10 photo. Oh yeah, looking for spiders. Yeah, that's what I was asking if you were on, if anybody was on last time I did a live and a spider was hanging out on my cutter when I put it on my board and picked it up. There was a spider left on the table. That was a first. Okay, so what did I say? 7 inches, and we really don't need it. But if I look here, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe tall. This is 1, 2, 3.5, maybe 4.5 tall. The 7 by 4.5 is what I'm gonna cut mine, but I do have an odd picture. Most of y'all aren't gonna have. Yeah, Red, are you laughing at me? That was funny last time. So I'm gonna check under here and make sure no surprises guests this time. Okay. Could always make it cute since my corners, these pictures came that way. I did not round the corner. If you've never seen the old photos, I could round the corners of this on the top to match the rounded corners there. Sorry, I'm a little yawn. Been a long, crazy week. See, if I don't do the big flower, it'd be like that. See, then I feel like it's, I don't know. That doesn't look like there's enough there. And then this almost feels too much. That's why I might hang it off the page. How about that? I only have half of it on here. Remember, you know, always play. You don't have to do the sketch exactly the way it is. Have it. The orange brings out the swing. See, this is like a lot of plain paper there for one photo. Let's see. Let's get to see what it looks like. Imagine that bottom part in there. Just an odd size photo. I'm not used to it. What about a white or an ivory matte on top of the blue? I don't know. What about it, Lauren? Let's see. There's a scrap piece of it. What do y'all think? I'd have to get a different piece, obviously. Larger flower off the side. What about one of the flowers from Floral? The flowers from Floral. Let me find. I have so many now, I can't keep them straight. Some of you are so good and you think of things. Of course, it's easier when I'm watching somebody else to think of stuff too. When you're not in the hot seat, so to speak. Where is Floral? There we go, tiny Floral. You're saying get rid of the big guy. Big sunflower. I don't like it now. The ivory, that is. You don't like the ivory. So we had one of the florals here. Look like that. Of course, in Paradise, I don't guess it matters if those flowers are different. I was going for the pointy shapes. I could use different flowers. Still work. And of course, there's tiny floral I could layer with it. Anyone have exciting plans this weekend? I'm going with a friend. She called or texted today about going running some errands with her tomorrow. She tried to entice me by saying, we can go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff. I'm like, oh, if you want to go there, that's fine. Not that I need anything. And then Monday, I get my second COVID shot. So I'm hoping I don't have any symptoms from that. And then Monday is also a year. Of course, we're all hitting a year right now of this pandemic. And Monday is the anniversary that I started my Zoom. So we're having a little party on Zoom Monday night. It'll be 1 year that we have been Zooming. I've been on Zoom every night for a year. Can y'all believe that? Sometimes just for 5 or 10 minutes or 30. Sometimes I stay on there for hours scrapbooking or chatting or whatever. But oh, watching your grand puggle and scrapbooking the weekend. We were supposed to get snow again. Oh, so staying inside. Julie says, yay for the vaccine. Next week is my birthday. Nice. In Oregon. Probably don't want this one because, well, I'd stick out a little bit from behind that. I'm going to, so I'm place this on here. I'll go ahead and trace and cut out this because I know I want it. So I'm going to center it. And I don't know why that is so crooked for you ladies. Moving it slightly, see if I can get it straighter because that bugs me. I don't know about you guys that y'all are looking at me at a slight angle. But I'm going to center rings on this. Oh, my light's flickering. And trace it. Not move it. And for the sake of it, while I have it out, in case I want to use dots, I don't know that I'm going to. I'll go ahead and trace them while I'm here. Just so that they're there. I don't have to pull the ring back out. Oh, y'all got chatty. I missed a bunch. Do you have a flower punch to make some small and medium flowers? Yeah, or have small and medium templates I could use. Did your templates come with the holes with the metal pieces? These are the old ones that came with the eyelets, the grommets in them. And so I pulled them all out, except for some. I haven't pulled that one out to use it, so it hadn't been used, but you can see I pulled them out. And then they quit making them that way because most people didn't like them. And it's harder to trace. It makes it stand up on the paper and it takes up more space. So it's just old ones. How do we get on your Zoom? It is over on my group. If you go to Brandy Baucom, Kiwi Lane Creative Partner, I have it pinned up there as a Zoom link. And we have people from 41 states and 4 countries that have been on. And any time of day or night, you can check and see if anybody's there. Usually at nighttime, like right now, I'm sure there's a bunch of people over there. If they're not on there and here at the same time, some of them 2 times. So, 64, 61 degrees there today. Yeah, we got into the 60s today here. It was 70. Was it 74 or something crazy yesterday? I'm in Arizona. Oh, so snow is yet. Hey, Linda. Linda's one from my Zoom. We call her Aunt Linda because that's what she comes in as on Zoom. Cut this out. No apologies necessary, Aunt Linda. It's all good. Some people will watch this later. I don't know why that light is flickering. It's bothering me. How many of you have placed an order this week and got you some fun borders that you didn't have? I had them all, so I didn't order any. But fun borders are on sale if you're a Kiwi Club member. They are on sale if you're just joining us. I had that discussion earlier. Anytime I cut circles, I always fill around the edges, or anytime I cut, I can feel, and you can feel sharp edges that you might want to trim off. They're like anomalies that I want to. So see, this is pretty much going to cover that whole small flower, so I don't think it's going to be needed. We might add it back later. And this to the side and get the big one back out. You ordered 3 sets. Let's see. Linda's going to be on Zoom again tomorrow. Ginger's ordered some. Sharon's ordered some. Patty, you're new, so you ordered them all. There you go. Hey, you can't beat it. My grandmother would say you can't beat it with a stick. Y'all have any old grandmother sayings? My students look at me funny. I use like old euphemisms or different things with them. Y'all have old grandmother sayings? I placed an order for 2. There you go, Johnny. Okay. So I'm still not decided what I'm going to do up here with this photo, because it's meant to be like this, but my picture is so small. But you know what? I talked about using a card, or who was that reminded me of them earlier? Patricia, I believe. That will help add to it. I'll use like this Hello Summer. It's about the only one I could use. The Fun in the Sun. The other saying says, enjoy the summer light. I think I like this one because that's got that dark blue on it, and it would look funny with the light blue. Cut my zip strip off. Can't see a wrinkle on a galloping mule. Then there's a small wrinkle on your clothes and you are fretting about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one. What other old sayings from your grandparents or your parents you ladies remember? I'm trying to remember. Some of them I've said in class and my students just look at me. They've never heard any of them. Of course, they don't know who Vanna White is. Some of y'all might not know who Vanna is. On Wheel of Fortune, she turns the letters over. But I would tell my students, who wants to be Vanna? Which means once they've had my class, they know who wants to come up to the board and, you know, be the person up front writing for me or doing something. And I say, who wants to be Vanna? And they're all like, who? Of course, this is wide instead of tall. If it was tall, that would be cute like that. But it's not. Of course, I could cut a bigger piece. I could have it hanging out. She'll get glad in the same pants she got mad in. Yep, that's a good one, Joni. Gwendolyn. Yeah, you would have to check and see. Some of the others, if Leslie's still on, or Trisha, or some of the other Kiwi Club members, would y'all know if that one's still in there? I obviously can't go look it up at the moment. I don't know if that one's still available or not. As an overstock, you'd have to be a Kiwi Club member to get it. Always just playing here. Nah, I don't like that. It's worth a shot to see it, but no, that's what our templates are good for, so that you can visualize it before you cut the paper. Let me turn this I'll turn that down. I don't know. I'm just not one for a big square block. If it was like this and I could do the two like this, maybe. I'm not loving the Hello Summer. I don't know. I'll think on that one. Of course, I do have the stickers, but there aren't many of them left. Yeah, I could say Summer Sunshine. Summer. There's a sun. It's a small one. June, July, and August. See, Trisha says, you like the big flower? Yeah, I haven't decided on that. My thing is I'm not loving the picture and the mat here. Whoa. I don't know. I'm not feeling that at all. Let's see. What other things can I do there? I'm looking behind me so that y'all know what I'm doing and not just off the screen. Looking to see what I have behind me that might be useful. And I'm just pulling out random stuff. Let's see. What about the big Oasis, my Oasis palm tree on the left side with the Hello Summer? What if you put the photo in the middle of the sunflower? Oh, bigger template. How about sun template? And that. I don't know. I pulled that out. We'll see. Somebody said put it in the middle. That's why I like doing this. I've told y'all before, I do this intrinsically because I like it, but I also do it because I love getting ideas from you guys and things that I wouldn't think of. That's kind of cool looking. What do y'all think? The bottom of the sunflower there. How about the sun template in yellow? So this one, adjusting my camera again because it's bugging me that y'all are crooked. I just love the picture in the sunflower. I like that. Whose idea was that? Sherry. Sherry came up with that idea. Yeah, I like it too. And then still in the problem though of what color is it going to be? Because what I could do, just throwing this out there, I do have a full sheet of the yellow. And that's using up one of my sheets that I'm going to use. Then I could have the flower as the red polka dot so that this is matted on that picture, would be matted on that. What do y'all think? So the sunflower and the polka dot, so it's matted on that because the yellow does kind of wash it out some. Go back to the yellow for your flower. I keep making the camera worse and I'll have to leave it alone. You don't think the yellow is so brash and washes out the picture, Julie? Oh, look. Now I said I'm going to leave it alone. I think I got it straight. What do y'all think of if the sunflower is the red polka dot? Because then this would be matted. It would be like this. And it would be this on that, which goes together. Because I'm not liking the other colors underneath it, but this looks good. Might be too much. Use blue. Yes, red polka dot. We're all over the board again. I don't like the yellow for the mat around the picture. Use yellow as the background. I would lower the straight piece so you can see the full sunflower. Yeah, but then this, Aunt Linda, this would look odd if this was just hanging out down here. This is more like a shelf this way for the picture to sit on. That's what I was aiming for, as a shelf. Like blue with the yellow flower. There's that. That was just one that I grabbed because I saw blue. Okay, I'm gonna lay this right up here. I'm going for it. We're all over the board. Layers on the right, maybe use water splashes. That's true. So that I had out the water splashes. What about mat the flower in a solid along with the print? Do a polka dot background. The yellow flower matte pick and the polka dot. If I use it for the background, I wouldn't have it for a polka dot. Oh, you're talking about the polka dot, other polka dot paper. But Linda, what are you saying? What about the mat? What about mat the flower in a solid? Mat the flower in the solid along with the print. Offset the flower a bit. So having two flowers. Oh, layering it. See, Linda's one of the queens that I want to be like. Linda does really well with her layering. So, along with the print. Okay, now I'm going to cut this, so it's going to be done. I'm going to cut this guy out, but I only need the top part, right? Because this is going to lay on it. So down to out. What's great about the templates, you can visualize and see what you need. So I'm gonna move this to the corners of my paper. I'll actually do it like this. So I have a little extra, and it's only gonna cut off parts of the bottom of the tube. That way I can serve the most paper possible. Actually, I'll just trace it on the back side. That's what's so great about scrapbooking. We all have different thoughts and ideas, and that's what's so great about sharing them. I love getting y'all's ideas, and then of course we're all over the board. Some like it, some don't. I feel the same way. Then it always turns out in the end. Ginger Holland that's on here, she's still on here. She's another good one with layering and cute stuff. Right up here. I aspire to be like you ladies. I can layer, but I don't. Y'all have the details and stuff down pat. First, Susan and all of those guys layer well. Well, this might be the first time I've used this big sunflower. I don't usually do girly layouts. This is the boring part. Y'all get to watch me cut. Let's see, Linda's typed something else. Let's see what she says. Cut 2 flowers and offset one a bit will break up the print if you use a bold print, if you use a solid matte. Okay. Let's see, what else can we talk about, or what else can I talk about to myself and y'all listen in and comment. I get to go to a crop next weekend and I'm so excited. First one in a while. Actually, I've got to crop the next 2 weekends. The weekend after that's my birthday weekend, and COVID hit last year when we were supposed to go the last weekend of March. There's 3 of us with birthdays, and we had a big retreat house. It's like 7,000 square feet, I think it is, in Alabama, reserved for our birthday weekend, and we're all going to craft, set up for a scrapbooking retreat and quilters and stuff like that. But we're going to craft, and then the week before, obviously, or 2 weeks before COVID hit, and so we didn't get to go. So that was postponed to this year, and we're going to actually get to go this year. Where do you get your printable and layout you're using? Julie, they were going to post it on there. It is a printable from 2016. It's old school. Susan posted it, I think, in the comments to this, but someone said it was blurry, so I don't know. Susan, then we'll hopefully get a new updated one posted for you. And then Linda says, I want to know more about your candy stash. I never heard of the lemon Kit Kats. What other goodies are you hiding from us? I'd never heard about them until I saw them at Kroger's. And they're the little individual ones. I'm going to get some more. Like, they are the best thing ever. My other candy stash is a friend had, there's my journaling. A friend had a candy party. A new girl is doing this. And so this is like pure sugar candy and cookies and cream bites. So I have a whole stash going here. An English toffee. Real English toffee. And then I have my banana runts and Smarties that the student gave me. Oh, here's the other cool thing. Linda, you were asking what else is there. These are with the Easter candy too. They're key lime pie, white chocolate key lime pie M&Ms. So they are great too. So there's your candy stash for the night. I've got a plethora of candy in here. I got a paper clip on it. Put it back on there. There's Ginger back, it says, after I was talking about you, Ginger. No, Linda, I think I know who, but I don't know for sure. It's on the Play to Create page also, Julie, she says. Is the Alabama crop. It's a private one because it's only so many people can be there at the house. So we had to book it. It's the one from last year. It's not like a big one. It's just a retreat house that groups book, and then we get it every year now. We always have the last weekend of March. Will always be ours. So it stays booked. I'll look to see if it had other availability, and she says they are booked up unless you want to go during the week. The best thing about the Alabama one, it's 10 minutes away from the Unclaimed Baggage Store. If y'all have ever heard of the Unclaimed Baggage Store. Be right there. Dreamsicle M&Ms. Oh no, Jane, I love Dreamsicle. Where are they at? I haven't seen those. But the Unclaimed Baggage Store is 10 minutes away, and that's really cool. I got a new pair of shoes still in the box. Somebody had packed in their luggage. When I looked them up, they were over $100 online, and I got them for $25. There's tons of different iPads and computers and everything that gets lost in the luggage. They have there that you can go shopping with. Hey, Betsy. Betsy's another one of the Zoomers. Julia's on here, and Trisha's been on there before. Trying to think who else. Aunt Linda, I already said. Susan's joined us 2 or 3 times now. Not lately. She's joined us 2 or 3 times on my Zoom. Mindy's joined us once. Mindy joined us once. Amy joined us once before she left. But you haven't found any. Orange is my favorite flavor. I'll have to check that out. I don't know. Okay. Now, just try this since I think it was Trisha that mentioned it where I had the splashes out. Yeah, if I can get my fingers on them. But yeah, the splashes over here. The little one's going to get covered up. That's a no deal. Let's see. I wanted to do 2. Just give it some layering. They're almost right on top of each other. You're not going to see much of that bottom one. That would be a wasted effort. The envelope was stamped. That's good that you're getting over it, Linda. Several people are having lasting effects from COVID. Thank goodness. I thought I would for sure get it teaching, but thank goodness I have not. Okay. I have stripes. And I have polka dots left. Let's see, was there anything else? Polka dot. Oh, that's the sunshine one. There are 2 polka dots. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Let's make sure. Are y'all picky about which ones you want? So I've used that one in the sun already. And I've used the corner off this one. Both 12-inch, so that doesn't matter. I'm thinking I'm going to use this one since it's already cut up more. What set is that big flower template from? Oh, it's from a previous Kiwi Club kit. It's a la carte sunflower. It's a good thing I don't need 12 inches because if I want the stripes going up and down on the page, I've already cut a strip off. So this one ain't going to be 12 inches, but that's okay. So I'm not for sure if it's available in overflow or not. It would be in the previous Kiwi Club kits if you're a Kiwi Club survivor. Subscriber, you would have to look. It's called a la carte sunflower. I don't remember. Somebody might remember what month. There's several people on here that are knowledgeable, including some other creative partners. Forgot my You're welcome. Yeah. The one boring part of me cutting again. Ah, thank you, Linda. There you got it. So 2018, yeah, then it ain't going to be available. I don't think there's any 2018s around anymore. That's true. 2019 on Overstock. There you go, Ginger. There's some there definitely for Overstocks. I'll cut this in blue and then see what I think. I know I don't need it as thick. A lot of people think you have to cut them the depth of that. I'm actually going to take it down off the page. I don't want it that long or that tall. So I'm going to trace this and see what it looks like. Because as I told y'all, I'm planning to create, you get all kinds of different varieties of videos with all of us. Linda on here. If you're a Kiwi Club member, Annette, you have to be a Kiwi Club member and then you have to be logged in for it to show in Kiwi Club Overstock over there. Are you a Kiwi Club member? Got this. Oh, I gotta use the back side of it. There you go. So log in to the site, Annette. Make sure you're logged in. And then once you're logged in, go to shop. And then in the shop, you can do, it depends. It's different on your phone than it's on your computer. On my computer, it's going to be like Kiwi Club Overstock, and on my phone, it's just like click on Kiwi Club and then they all show up. So it's depending on what device you're on, but just look for the Kiwi Club in the shop and it'll show the 3 monthly subscriptions that you can get. And then if you keep scrolling down, as long as you're logged in, keep scrolling down and it will show all the leftover kits. And those are all more recently, since we started the template only, you'll see some of the template onlys in there. The older ones are going to have, you have to get the template and the paper. And any overstocks are there. And if you haven't already, I don't know, some people don't think about wanting duplicates. Like I ordered a second set of the trees so that when I'm designing, if I wanted a tree here and a tree over here, I could have two of the same tree. So I like getting some sets that I know, like trees or something that I would use two of. I like getting a second set. So I got a second set of trees. So there's several of them I've gotten a second set of. Sometimes just to get the paper. Hey, better late than never. We're having a fun night, just hanging out. And a little bit of scrapbooking and chatting. And a pointy there. You didn't see the flower out. There's two of you that haven't seen the flower, so it's not there. It's 2018. When she said 2018, then I knew it was going to be gone. Yeah, I love it. I get several of them. I get a second one. I'm trying to think what else I got a second one of. Well, when the first 2018 kits come out to reorder, I got those again for the mountains and the different things, because you can use those. Like, especially if you're doing a 2-page layout, you want a tree and a tree and a tree, or, you know, at least two of the same thing on there. That's why a lot of people will buy two of every set. Now, I haven't bought two of every set, but I have two of some of the sets that I really use a lot that I would want two of. So like this, if it was still available in a Kiwi Club, I could have bought a second one to have it somewhere else on the page, so that when you're planning to create, you can lay that out. So I've bought second Kiwi Clubs for that reason, either for the paper and or to have a second kit or a second set of papers. Check eBay. And the a la carte. The a la carte has a section of its own. This one just won't be there because it's, even though it says a la carte, Aunt Linda, it's because it's a Kiwi Club, previous Kiwi Club. So it won't be listed in the a la cartes anyway. I can't forget my grandmother's journaling for this picture. Let's see where it goes. And then figure what I'm going to do. For those of you that, I know a couple of you joined us late, I am using an old 2016 printable, and I'm working with this side of the sketch. It has two sketches there, and I'm using that printable Enjoy Summer Life out of there. So this definitely needs something bigger to offset this, because it's not as big as the ending here. Let's set that aside. Use that one and get these bigger ones out of my way. Back. Go back to what they had. I used the bigger one for the picture. This has this. Like that. problem with using kits and trying to use up my paper stash here. I'm limited on my pattern papers because I have the polka dots. That's so busy though with already with the stripes going. There's a green. Do a swirl on the green that matches. Let's go with it. I always tell you I'm indecisive, and Leslie and I were laughing the other day about my lies. That way you get to see the real story. See people who can crank out beautiful layouts, wham, wham, wham. And then you see people who are very indecisive like myself and take forever. Let's see. Yeah, there's lots of older templates that a lot of people are looking for. I'm fortunate enough, I have a complete set so far. I've been tempted a few times not to get rid of the ones y'all are talking about, but thinking, you know what? There's some that I don't ever use. I'd sell them. Then number one, I wouldn't have a complete set. And then number two, on a night like tonight where I've never used that sunflower and then I've used it, you just never know when you're going to need something. So I've never sold mine. I let people use them at crops and stuff. And if they're putting together something and they need it, then I wouldn't have it. So at crops, well, back when we used to have kits, people would buy a kit from me and buy some templates and use mine for the others. Some of them had one lady that would come to a crop and she wouldn't bring anything but her templates, and she would buy kits from me. So she didn't have to pack any paper in, and she would buy Kiwi kits and set at the crop with her trimmer and tools and ink and stuff and pictures. And sometimes she didn't even have pictures because she never knew what kits I was going to have. And she would scrapbook at a day crop and not have to lug any paper in. She just used Kiwi kits. I thought that was smart. And then any templates she didn't have, she would bring it up to me and I'd pull out what templates she didn't have. She would whip those pages right out. Trisha's missing 3 of the minis. Like I said, I'm so excited to go to a shop next week and the week after. I'm just hoping for no symptoms Monday after I get the second shot so that I can enjoy my spring break week. If not, I'll be sick a couple of days of spring break. We'll cut this one out of the red polka dot. So here's the question. What color am I going to cut the big flower? I'll cut the tiny one that's barely going to show out of this. And then in 2 weeks, we have a massage lady coming and a lady coming to do pedicures and manicures. We're going to be all spiffy. They provide the snacks and the drinks. And we'll have each bedroom, 5 bedrooms, have their own bathroom. They do cooking and they do the cooking for you. It's real nice meals. So I'm excited. Let's see. Hoping they'll bring them back as a pre-order. I went to a crop 2 weekends ago and it was so nice to get away. I only ordered the baseball, and yeah, I make some cards, especially when I'm doing demos, but card borders work here and I use them on pages too. Where are you going? I'm going to Alabama to Grand Oak Retreat. Okay, let me finish cutting this. Cut the bigger flower out of the beach paper. I'm talking about the busy paper. This paper. Is that what you're talking about? If any more open up gender, okay. Ginger, there's openings at the one for next weekend. I know some of you are close. There's a couple openings there. It's in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's just at a hotel. It's not, I mean, it's nice, but it's not as nice as the Alabama one. Food's not included. You pay to stay at the hotel on top of the crop fee. So yes, that one, Trisha says. Trisha's one of my faithful one along with some of you. She's on here almost every time I'm live. She's a fellow Kiwi Lane. Her and Leslie that was on earlier. I don't think Leslie's still here. She is. She had Ginger message me if you're interested next weekend in Clarksville. As of yesterday, there was still a few spots. Everybody has their own 6-foot table. I try that one, Trisha, and see how busy it is. That's some really busy paper. Let me go up here on this side where I can see it. Oh, Leslie's still there. She's cooking dinner. Multitasking. Timmy's in there cooking their dinner. Having salad. We tend to have salad on the nights. I do the lives. I ate leftovers. We had a brunch at school today to celebrate spring break. So I experimented with my breakfast casserole. Those of you that are friends with me saw the picture on Facebook. I experimented with the breakfast casserole instead of making it all in one big dish where people would have to be, you know, I don't know, cutting or touching or doing whatever. I made them in the muffin tins and put a crescent roll in each one, like put the widest part in the bottom of the tin, poured some of the egg mixture in, put some sausage in and cheese, and folded the croissant triangle back over top of it. So it looks like a cute little muffin. It's got the eggs and the sausage in the middle. Message me, Red Poppy. Coconut curry chicken is what's for dinner. I don't know about that, Leslie. You know how picky I am. Hey, Lisa. Red Poppy, where are you? Are you here in Tennessee with me? Or Kentucky? I can keep straight where everybody's from. Alabama. Huh. Plain, striped, and third in the same color would be wonderful. I don't see the flip side of your striped. Flip side of the striped is the crazy looking busy paper, Jenny. Your sisters. And I was thinking something was in Tennessee. I remember you posted them before. How far, where at in Alabama are you? How far from like Nashville are you? Or tell me to be quiet. You don't want to put it on in the comments. I'm just curious how far away. You're not too far away if you're in Alabama. We have one that joins us on Zoom from Alabama. It's a lot of white there with that white. About 3 hours. That's not bad. That means you'd be about 3.5 hours from me, Red. Depending on where at Nashville, I'm about 30-45 minutes north of Nashville, straight up I-65 on the Kentucky line. I'm not feeling the crazy one. All I have is polka dots. That's the thing. I limited myself with my paper. Polka dots is going to be more white. What if I used some of the orange? Close. Let's try orange. Of course, it's going to put the red on the orange then. It's going to kind of blend. It's got the reddish orange anyway. I always do that guy. Swap out the green. Let me cut the big one in orange. Where'd it go? Oh, look, Trisha, we had the same idea. Use that one, yeah. Trisha has a new grandbaby. I'll call it new. She's several months old, isn't she now, Trisha? She's doing all kinds of baby pages, I bet. So this is what color? Papaya puree. I always love looking at what they name colors. That leaves off a little bit. Will survive. "12 weeks old today." Was 6 weeks early. I still considered her new. Got 12 weeks, like 3 months old then. I said a few months. I was close. To spoil them and give them back. What my mom always said, or still says even. Hey Lynn, says you joined us. Lynn's another one of the Zoomies. Busy cutting away. If you're curious what I'm doing, I'm probably cutting off the screen where you can't see. This is the boring part, as I call it. This is the part when I'm sitting at a crop. This is when I'm talking to everybody. I concentrate while I'm designing. And then here, I can talk and cut. Thanks, Lynn. We're piecing it together. That's my fat self there, my cousin. I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the drawing too. Paper club. What are you talking about, Jenny? No, this is an old Echo Park kit from 2015. It's the remnants of one of their little mini themed kits. And this paper is We Are Memory Keepers. It's not even part of the kit. I just added it looking for something. Who was it earlier? Linda said earlier about layering. The big sunflower. I'm trying to think what color I'd layer it in. Yellow's the background, red's used. I mean, the blue is here. Either have the dark blue or the lime green, and we've got the lime green going over here. Let's see. Charcoal black. So hard to get a true navy. That one's close. It's slightly darker. There's a lime green polka dot. That might be cute to add in. It's not the busy other polka dots, but it matches. That would be kind of cute. What do y'all think? Cut this flower as who was it earlier? Was it Linda? That said shadow that, put another one in behind it. What about a green polka dot one? This is some old paper too. I love that pattern. Thank you, Becky. Okay. So let me pull out the big one again. Now, Linda, this one's a bright color, so this will go good with it. I'll just trace. How much I can get on there? Get most of the flower, but I don't need all of it anyway. But I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. You never know who's going to show up. Like I said, I have some of the faithfuls that get on. I enjoy it so much. Number one, because it makes me sit down and scrapbook. I love getting the ideas from you guys because it helps me make pages that I wouldn't normally make. So I appreciate you guys. I love that big flower. Everybody loves the big flower template. Yeah, it's old 2018 Kiwi Club. One of the first few months. I think somebody said September, November. I forgot now what they said earlier. I looked it up. Kay's watching me. Oh, thank you, Red. Hey, Kay. Kay's another one of my Zoom buddies. She's here in Tennessee with me. Our Facebook anniversary was like day before yesterday or so. Kay and I have been Facebook friends for 12 years. She's been on Facebook. I've known Kay longer than that, but our anniversary was this week. So was her anniversary. It's the same day for her daughter. So we're guessing that's the day she joined Facebook. Our anniversaries were the same day. I love Facebook. My husband says I'm addicted, but it's so nice having the connections to people I grew up with. Of course, during COVID, Facebook has been a lifesaver. That and Zoom. I pay for the Zoom room, and it's like 50 cents a day or something. I'm like, that is cheap payment for my sanity. Pay 50 cents a day to be able to socialize. People are talking about how they're going crazy, not having interaction. Oh, trust me, we've had lots of interaction on Zoom. We have a great time. I know several other people who've been Zooming with their buddies. It's been fabulous. Whose paper line this polka dot paper is. It was a scrap. want to say, is it Best Creations or SEI? I don't know. It's old. I remember loving it with the brown and the teal and the lime green and yellow. You just come across my page, my Facebook group. Truest, it is life-saving. It is. My husband says, I don't see a stranger, he can't take me anywhere that I don't see somebody I know, or if I don't know anybody, I'll sure talk to somebody and make a new friend. He took me, we were, I forgot, coming back from a cruise, maybe, I think, middle of Miami airport, like the busiest one in the United States. And walking down the concourse, I saw somebody I knew from my small hometown of Franklin, Kentucky. And he's like, what are the odds? He goes, I can't even take you to Miami airport that you don't see somebody that you know. Okay, I feel like I need to talk to myself here to keep the conversation going while I'm cutting. We've talked about my COVID shot, me being on spring break for the next week. I'm going to 2 retreats. I'm trying to think what else we talk about. Talked about my candy, the templates. It cut some of those lines very well in the corners, but that's okay. I would have went crazy without Facebook and I sound just like Mama. What's just like Mama? Talking about my Southern accent. Everybody talks about my Southern accent. I'm from Kentucky. Of course, I'm just 5 minutes away from Kentucky right now, but out of the way. Well, I am all thumbs. I love the green. There it is with the red on top. Of course, my green is bigger. It's easier to put behind. There it is with the green. Yeah, I like it better with the red. Anyone else having issues? My Facebook's been up on my laptop's went to sleep now because I'm reading y'all's comments on my iPad so that it's over here on my tower closer to my face instead of me trying to squint to read the computer way up there. So mine's still working on my iPad. Almost has to go down here. Once I move that over, that's still not enough here. This is for those that joined us late, my grandmother made me made all the grandkids a graduation album, and it's an old sticky album. So I'm pulling the pictures and her journaling, which is on notebook paper, out of it. So that I have her handwriting, and these are all pictures she saved. Huh. Must be the snow coming. I wore flip-flops to school yesterday. It was raining today, so I didn't wear flip-flops, but I feel like it still needs something here. I could trim one piece off of this. It's a tad bit smaller to cut that one empty line off. Yeah, Linda, I'm thinking about that. Trying to think about if we had something. Of course, I don't have enough room there to really put anything underneath it where it's decorative instead of just the rectangle. Let's look at, I'm looking at my templates that are over here beside me. So you're not seeing me on the screen at a moment, for the moment. I'm looking for my Liberty set, maybe somewhere. What about moving up your quote into the flower like a banner? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Linda. I was pulling out my Liberty one. Did I say Linda? I don't know if I did. To pull out the little thing to kind of mat with. There it is. Not everywhere. I thought it'd be in the back, and that's in the front. So like this template is Liberty 7. So I could extend it. To make it long enough for this, and then I could play with it whether I wanted it in from the side here or coming out from the flower there and move this down. But now the question of the hour, what color to do it with? Because if I put it up here, I got all the colors going. If I put it down here, I could use any color. Hit it, messed everything up here. All screwy. The darker blue that I pulled out. I like that one. I could. I've got paper. Why not? Let's try it. Okay. I know I want this longer because my journaling is longer. So I have customers ask all the time, you know, they don't think outside the box as far as making this shorter. And I mentioned this earlier tonight, to extend things and to do stuff. You could make this wider by starting here and then moving it over to the side to make it a wider point. And you can maneuver it, try it if you're scared to cut, like if it's your only sheet of paper, try it on a scrap sheet or something like that. There's so many things you can do with the templates because I can visualize it with seeing, you know, how wide or how long I need it. Width wise, this is going to be good, I think. But I need it longer because you can see my grandmother's handwriting is sticking out further than that. So I'm going to start by tracing it. And I can actually put it up to the edge and do less cutting. And then what I'm going to do now is extend it to make sure that I have a mat going here. So about like that looks good to me. And then you could cut this with your trimmer, but I mean, it is a straight cut. That's Liberty 7. That's an old retired one too. It's 9 p.m. Yeah, you better go eat. We'll check on your post for the final. Looking good. Thanks for joining me, Trisha. Come see us again in Zoom. Templates laying everywhere, paper laying everywhere. I'm a messy scrapbooker. What about you guys? Dog woke up. She's coming in here looking, thinking, what are you doing? Okay, where'd it go? Well, okay. So there's that. Be there. Like it's pointing to something. It's not on that paper now. My eyes point over here and I'm thinking, what's there? There's nothing there. Or it's with that blue scallop there. This is just, it's not going to work there. Almost going to have to be here. Then I feel like it's pointing to nothing. And then the other option is to make, well, that doesn't go all the way across because my strike paper had already been used, some of it. So we can make it go all the way across. I'll trace a blue one for the heck of it to see layering wise. Channeling my inner Linda here. Thinking about layers, and then I can go back and add the details. Add it all. Put your flower over that side. Well, that's what I did. That's why this is there. That's the way the layout is. The sketch. But I was trying to do something because this is pointing to nothing. And I like it pointing to something and to have a purpose and not just be floating there. How many flowers I can cut tonight? They are, Linda. You're good at it, and I don't struggle at it. I'm just not as good as you. That's what I definitely need to up my game on, is layering. I layer some, but not enough, I feel. Sometimes you don't need it, but sometimes it just adds that extra oomph that you need. I guess would be a good way to. How many people are going to go buy some lemon Kit Kats? I got mine at Kroger in the Easter candy, or the key lime, white chocolate key lime pie M&Ms. Anybody gonna be on the hunt for those? Somebody said they had lemon Kit Kats before, like last year or something. They bring them out for Easter. Oh, thanks for the crop. I got 2 calendar pages done. Cool, Sharon. Can't wait to see them. Can you raise your scallop trim slightly, still touching the stripe, and then add your journaling just below that on the strip? So like this, and I don't think I didn't cut the border. It's not big enough to fit on there and still fill it in, unless it's going to cover up that whole end of the thing, Daisy. It's a good idea, but I don't know. You want to find the key lime ones? They're good. I ate the 4 or 5 I got out to show y'all. And then Lynn's gonna ship me some more Girl Scout cookies. Her daughter's got some. I already bought some from her. I've already bought twice. Once from her, once from somebody else. And the football coach at school's daughter sold them, and I bought more there. And then now Lynn posted, and so she's gonna be sending me some more Girl Scout cookies. It adds that dark blue in another place. I like that. That's all out of whack again up here. Well, crap. You didn't hear about the key lime? There you go. They are white chocolate key lime M&Ms. And they are delicious. If you like key lime, they're delicious. And see, now that I had to show you, and we'll get a couple more. This came from Kroger's too. I walked by and saw the Kit Kats, and this was laying beside it, and I thought, oh. Yes, they are yummy. Now my green and green are there. I'm going to separate out my greens. No affair. I'm not eating them in front of you. I'm off camera. You can't see me eating them. You're just assuming that I'm eating them. I thought of that, Linda. Well, let me see what else you said. I have to expand your thing and put the blue journal where the flower is. Reverse things. Wow, the camera is, my phone is picking up that good that you can hear me crunching on them. Sorry. That's rude. I didn't know you could hear it. They are crunchy though, but they are so good. Okay, move the flower other side of the border and put the blue journal where the flower is. Flower, the other side of the border. Still not gonna look right there. I mean, could move this over. You sound sorry, yeah. What if you point the arrow up toward the picture? If I point it up, then the journaling is sideways. That would be the only thing. This is my grandmother's handwriting. Let's see. Anywhere I put it sideways, it's going to be. What do you think of that one? It would be like this. See, then I got blue and blue touching basically. I could turn that flower a little bit and have it hanging off the edge. Got to keep it from showing that striped paper isn't long enough. Yeah, if it covered up too much when we tried that earlier, it covers up everything. This is wider than the scallops. It's the only thing, Betsy, next to the picture. Let's see, then I don't need the blue scallops there at all, if that's the case, because they're going to be hidden from everything. Pull that right out from under there. What are the funs of doing lives? I need to plan one out so I can whip one out real quick, and y'all would be shocked that I wasn't on here 2 hours. Of course, then I wouldn't get to talk. What about this? Of course, it's pointing off the page. I could live with that, I think. Of course, my flowers are all out of whack now. Cut the point off so it's just framed. I could. Only thing is I'd have to recut it. Or no, since it's going to be tucked into the picture, I could cut it off and still have a mat on the end of it. Looked better at first. I don't know which at first. I've had it so many different ways. Cut off the end where her paper is smushed up a little bit there. And I have a straight edge. Oh, too late on the points. I'd already cut them off when y'all's comments just come up with the little delay. Okay. Like Leslie said, just stick it down. Here you go, Leslie, if you're still watching while you're cooking. Hey, Baylor. Son is home from work. I almost feel like the picture still needs to be matted. If I do that, then of course less of the flowers are showing. Signs bug me. Look, Leslie says do it. Yeah, I did, Leslie. I glued it down. It's done. Okay. A little eraser thing. Of course, it's not glued down and it's not straight. See, it doesn't have the detail. It's still missing something. Let's see. Let's pull out my arrows. My favorite sets. I hadn't used it in a while. Add in an arrow, maybe. Like that one. Nope, too big, too big. Put this one on the arrows. Be like tucked into the picture, under the picture, and like that. Of course, it's pointing to my cousin's name. The question of the mat is what color. I still have the, of course, the sun ain't going to show up on the, I could say summer sunshine up here. I'm going to put the title on there, Summer Sunshine. August Summer Sunshine. This was in August, or at least it was printed in August. I got the splashes out over here, Betsy. Neat. That's true. I didn't think of using a splash as a mat. I got the splashes out. There's Paradise, big splash. Not much is going to show with this picture being the odd shape, this old photo. That's the biggest splash, isn't it? Accents is smaller. Oh, I'm getting lots of comments all at once. Could you possibly do a small journaling comment telling the story about your grandmother doing? Well, the beginning of this layout is going to be, or this book album is going to have an intro page that tells that she's made this album for me that I have unassembled, you know, and actually put into a photo safe book. So I wouldn't want to write it again here. That's a good idea though, but maybe use the curved arrow ring to point your learning where you had the other ring. The curved arrow ring where you just had the other ring to the top left. The curved arrow when I just had out, I had it pointing to the journaling. Or are you talking about a different one? Let me see. There's another lovely old photo from December of '76. My grandmother stuck it in my album, but it's my brother. It's my mom and dad. My dad's got the evil red eyes. My brother was born. I've got it laid out to give him. You don't know the real name. The one that I just had out, Patty, did you see the one I had out? Is that the one you're talking about? It's gonna be too much white if I matte in white. A very thin matte. I thought about doing a circle here. Is that what you're talking about, Betsy? What do y'all think of the white matte? A very thin white matte. Oh, from the arrows. Yeah, the arrows is what I just had out. This is what I just had out and was doing this one. And I did it like that. But see, it's pointing to his name. It seems Brent. It's pointing to that. Linda, the only thing, the yellow washes the picture out some. We tried that earlier. You can see what it looks like. Ah, Gail has joined us. Hey, Gail. Thin white matte. The colors in the photo are faded and the colors are so bright in the paper that you may need to see more. It says may need to mar the matte. What's mar the matte? Distress it or something? Let me mat it, and I can always round the corners if I need to. Whoa. Up here. Oh, these are adhesive ones. These are ancient matte stacks. Y'all have, whoa, have any of those? This is old. This says it's sticker paper. Is it really? Maybe it is. Anyway, I got some old matte stacks. I've got them in with my scraps so that I can use them. Matte the photo. Or if you're like me, autocorrect, I can watch it and it'll change words that I have that are spelled correctly to some other word. It's crazy. I think I need to just cut the autocorrect off. And I eyeball it. I know some of y'all don't like that. But mine is a little off. I can always recenter. It's a hair off. That's a good thing. It's just adhesive. I can just recenter it now that I've cut it. It's still off on that side. Enough for me. Yeah, add some more adhesive. Yeah, this one just doesn't look like it's sticker paper, but maybe it is. Yeah, Leslie, that's what I was saying, because the picture is old photo is that. Now the problem is, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, now that I moved every stuff out of the way, where is my rounding the photo corners of the mat here, since that photo is old. You're still at it. Yes, you already went and ate and come back. Of course I'm still at it. You know me, I'm full of hot air. Lose it stick, yeah. It just doesn't seem like it's my nail in there. Just don't know that there's any. Usually I can tell that it's a adhesive mat. This one, I don't know that it is. I don't want to bend my corners. Might just leave it as it is and adhesive it all down. Let's see. I'm just gonna play some more here. And I could always put the title in there. So I've got a circle going here. We've got rounded edges on this, rounded edges on that. And then I could put the stickers, summer sunshine in here. I know. All thumbs when I do this with you guys. Yeah, this other one fits better. Thanks, Trisha. Yeah, I agree, Gail. You would think it has adhesive. If it does, it's so old it's stuck to it, it ain't wanting to come off. So let's see. I dump some templates on the floor. Let me go back in here before I get lost. Oh, there it is. I was like, where did I do the red paper? I'm gonna cut rings 3. Maybe get it on the paper. Go ahead while I have it here and trace the center. I'm assuming I plan to cut the center out, but just in case, I've traced on the back side so that my circle won't be there. Or, yeah. I love my rings. That's probably my most used one. I love the rings. They add so much. Rings, arrows, tiny charmed. Trying to think, tiny highlights I use a lot, but rings is probably my most used one. What would y'all say your most used set of templates are? Yeah, it's too overpowering. That's what I thought. Definitely. Somebody asked the other day, how do you cut the rings? Might have been yesterday or today, even on the Play to Create. The trick, as long as you're tucking it in, which I'm going to do, is to cut straight across. Instead, I mean, you can poke a hole and cut out around it that way, but this preserves your circle so that you have it to use another time. And then you can just cut the inside ring out and preserve your paper better. Take a chance of not stabbing yourself with your scissors as you poke a hole with your scissors in it. If you're like me and clumsy, that'd be something I'd do. Ginger says yours would be floral. You use that the most. I just started using templates. I do not have it. However, I do like the flowers. I don't do a lot of flowers because I have a son. There's not a big flower person. Here are my rough edges and smooth it out. And put the title in there if that's not the title. You'll say Summer Sunshine. It almost makes me want to put it over here so that it's opposite of this. But then if I do that, the flower would have to shift over, and then I've got two flowers with each other instead of opposite. I'm going to show you the ring in the lighter blue. I only have it one time on the page. I only have the orange one time on the page too. All right, cut them both. Since we're layering and playing. Now everything's all cattywampus again. Not like that. see how many times I can rearrange things and put it back where it was. Someone else that says cattywampus. Yeah. That a Southern word? How many people say cattywampus? I say it. Is panther cattywampus? Thanks, Minnie. And I'm just cutting. Not a whole lot to say. Nobody else says cattywampus but me and Lynn. They're just a Southern thing. She's Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. Maybe it's a Kentucky thing. See what Trisha, I think it's Trisha that said blue.
You gonna eat your salad? Okay, well, I just want to know because I was gonna put some thing wrap on it.
All right, so here we have it. And here my husband. That's the two blues together. You like the orange better or? So you use it in California, that you're Chicago, you do in Indiana. I think the blue stands out more with the yellow, but then you've got the two blues together. And I've got them together down here too, so. You're from Kentucky and you've never heard of it. Colorado uses it too. So maybe it's not a Southern thing. Cattywampus. Aunt Linda learned a new word today. Orange. Well, we're about tied. Couple oranges and about 3 to 3 oranges and blues. There's the blue. And There's the orange. The blue and the orange together. And then hang off the page, or I tried putting one over here earlier. And this looks like too much. Now it's like 4 to 4, I think. Make it match. Since I've got that green polka dot, let's cut a green polka dot off this last piece. The blue balances the blue, but see, this orange balances the orange here because there's only 2 oranges. That's the thing. I don't have my set rule of thirds here. Okay, says use them both. Now recutting this out on my green polka dot that I found. Cutting it very smooth. I'll have to go back and shape this one up. It's this paper. It's not wanting to cut right. Some old paper. It's definitely doing weird things with these scissors. Cutting on a curve this way. It's not cutting the way normal paper would. Like roughing up. I don't know. It's odd. This light's getting on my nerves. It's been around apparently over a century. This common meaning means something that is askew. Aunt Linda, mark it down. You learned a new word tonight. She's not my aunt, by the way, if y'all missed that earlier. She's on my Zoom and her great nephews called her that. So her Zoom login is Aunt Linda. So everybody calls her Aunt Linda. smooth up some of these edges where this paper, it's not the quality of Kiwi Lane paper, that's for sure. Cutting weird. I don't know if you can see that, how it's roughed up the edges here. So I'll add a little something down here instead of that green blending in. Maybe that at least ties the green in more. Do I like the solid green better? What does it mean? She put up there above, it means something that is askew, Linda. What the K said? Overlap the two circles offset. I tried that earlier. It looks just too busy. I'll do my octopus tentacles, as I call this template. To me, this is what throws it off right here. But I do want her journaling, my grandmother's journaling on it. That'd be cute, kind of decorating the, of course, and make it too busy. It's a thought for a different layout. Hey, Gwen. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here tonight, ladies. I'll make my final decisions. You'll see, sometimes y'all are surprised with what I come up with. I'll cut my strip off, ink some of my edges, maybe not. Glue some stuff down and go with it, as Leslie says. On the journaling box around the corners. Well, one edge is going to be under there. I could round the other end, but I don't think I have enough room to round it. It'd cut it too close, I think, would be the only thing. Good thought, though. Thanks, Ginger. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, if any of them are on. If they are, they didn't comment. Or no, I'll finish it tonight, Linda. I'm going out with a buddy tomorrow, so I'll get it done tonight. Sometimes I'm gonna get up and walk around for a minute, and then I'll get on Zoom and I'll study on it and get it finished. And I'll add some doodling and some details, or I don't know, I might sew on it. I like to add extra details that way. Of course, with the ring, I always like to do going around the ring. But good night. Thanks, Linda and Trisha and everybody, Lynn. We will see you next time, whenever that might be. The next one is not scheduled yet. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the ideas. I love it that we all share and play to create. That's what it's all about. And you can see me start from finish with nothing pre-planned on what I've come up with. one of these days, if I have the time, I might pre-plan something. And like I said, you guys would be shocked and amazed for me to whip something right out. It'd be something new and different. So thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Red. Red, message me if you want that info. And we will see you ladies soon.